Hey guys, in this Kitz and Code tutorial, I'm going to show you how to install the ShareThis buttons on your blog posts in Squarespace. So if you go into our blog here, you can see that I've added them in 3 different places. One is the sticky one on the side, which will stay with the page no matter where you scroll. Another one is right at the bottom of the post so that you can share it whoever you want to here. And the third one is at the very top of the post. Now I'm going to show you each of these 3 different ways so that you can install it where you want to have it on your Squarespace site. And I've done all of this in a way that you don't have to go into developer mode or do anything super fancy. This is super accessible and anyone with any Squarespace account should be able to do it. So let's dive in. All right, we're inside our account. When you're doing this for the first time, it's going to ask you a couple questions and it's going to get you to install the code onto your site so that you can implement the ShareThis buttons. So it needs sort of a general code first to run it on your whole site, and that will help you install the sticky share buttons, which are the ones that sort of show up on the side. So you're going to go down to property settings where we already are, and you're going to get this code. So all you're going to do is copy this. Then you're going to come over to your site and you are going to go into, I'll show you from the start, settings. You're going to go down to advanced, code injection, and then you're going to add it in right here. This is code that I already have from something else. So just if you have other code in here, just leave a space and then paste in your new code and hit save. So you can already see how it's starting to show up over here, and I'll show you what I've done afterwards. Once you've saved that code in your code injection in your Squarespace site, you're going to come back over here and you're going to start to customize the different types of share buttons. So again, we'll start with the sticky share buttons. The inline are these sort of ones that you can put at the top and bottom of your posts. We're going to do the sticky ones first. They will stay on the side of your site and they give you this nice little preview. So let's make that a little bit smaller. You can add, we've got Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, email, you can add a text message option, you can add Stumble, G+, you can add whatever you want here. So you're going to customize which order you want these in as well. So if you have a site that's super visual, you might want to have your Pinterest right at the top. If you know that your people are more likely to share on Facebook, pop that at the top. It's totally up to you and you can always change it. You can also change the alignment. Do you want it on the right or left? How high up you want it on the page. So maybe you want it a little bit higher or maybe you want it a little bit lower. It's totally up to you. We'll stick around the 150 mark. The mobile breakpoint, so this specifies the width at which your sticky buttons will move from the side to the bottom. So basically it's going to show you, if I'm in full screen right now. So we'll go out of it, and if you do this, see how it pops down to the bottom? That's what it means. It's going to tell you at how many pixels it's going to snap to the bottom. So if you're looking at it on mobile or you're looking at it on your phone, it will look different. So if I change this up to, 4,000, the screen isn't 4,000 wide. So it's going to want to pop down to the bottom, and that's why it's showing it like that. So you probably want to stick to 1024, which is sort of a basic resolution, and then it will look right on any screen. You can also decide what button labels you want, whether you want the share counts, so the numbers, or whether you want nothing, or if you want the call to action, so it just says share, tweet, pin, etc. You can also decide whether you want it to show this total at the top, how many shares you want before it starts to show your numbers. So if I don't want to show anyone, until I have at least 1 share, or I don't want to show until I have 400 shares. Totally up to you. The default is set at 10. And then you can decide whether you want it to be shown on mobile at all. Next, you can come down here and decide if you want it super squared corners, which is what we'll use for our site because it's a little more modern look, or you can go rounded or kind of somewhere in between. It will change depending on how you slide that. So let's stick with square, and we're going to hit update. Now, since I have the code that we got from our publisher settings down here, when I go over to my site, these are always going to be on the side. So that's on the side of this blog post. And if I hit the Facebook one, we're going to get a nice window. That's how to start your own business blog in 3 easy steps. And then I can share it however I want. If I choose Twitter, a tweet's going to come up, etc. Now that we've done our sticky share buttons, let's go back over here and grab our inline share buttons. So these are the ones that you're going to have at the top of your blog post and at the bottom of your blog post. Now, I said at the beginning of this tutorial that I was going to do this in a way that you wouldn't have to go into developer mode and you don't have to know a ton of coding. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do them completely separately because there's two different ways that you can do this. For the bottom of the post, again, you can totally customize this and change, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to go with how it is as a default for the example. You're just going to copy this code. This is a similar code. As you can see, this isn't like dedicated to your site or anything. This is just an embed code because you already have this code on your site, which helps you load the JavaScript for the ShareThis platform. So you're going to go to your inline, you're going to grab this code, and basically the buttons are going to show up wherever you stick that. So let's go in here, and I'm going to show you how to do it so that it shows up at the bottom of your blog post first. So you're going to go into your pages and you're going to find wherever your blog is. Then you're going to open this little cog here to open up the settings, go to advanced, and then down to blog post item injection. So this is going to be the code that you added, and you can see I've already got it there. So this is going to add it to the bottom. This is basically showing that it's going to show up at the end of each blog post on your account. So you only have to put it in once. And that's how it shows up right here. Now, it's a little bit trickier to do this one, but again, we're not going to dive right into the code. I'm going to show you the easiest way to do it, and that is in each individual blog post. We'll open up another one just to give you the example. So if we go over to our next one, 6 Savvy Ways to Grow Your Blog Traffic Using Pinterest, you can see that it's not at the top because this is not a universal site code that we're going to do. We're going to do it in each blog post because this is the easiest way to do it without having to go right into your developer coding. So you're going to go into the blog post. So let's find that one. 6 Savvy Ways to Grow. We're going to hit edit. We're going to use the code section. You're going to paste it, hit apply, and then hit save. So now when I come over here and refresh, it's going to show up right underneath here. And again, you can customize this for every single blog post. You could even put it halfway down if you wanted to do a call to action to share it somewhere else in the blog post. Again, super simple way to do it, but you will have to do it for each blog post where you want this to show up at the top. It is not the perfect solution, but it works really well, and you can still go ahead and share this however you want, and it's going to show up perfectly every single time. So there we go. There are 3 different ways to add your ShareThis buttons. So we've got the sticky buttons on the side. We have inline buttons underneath the blog title. And we have inline buttons at the bottom of your blog post. Thank you so much for watching this Kitz & Co tutorial on how to add ShareThis buttons to your Squarespace site. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit like or leave us a comment or question below. And if you want to see more tutorials from our team, please hit subscribe and you will get the next one soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.